Alright, here we go. Welcome back to Nick Lenz Comic Corner, Classic Lesson Known Classics. This episode number 2988, Doubleshot number 2882. Both the two trades feature the Joker. First up we have is Batman by Chip Zdarsky, Volume 3, The Joker, Year 1. This collects issues of Batman, Volume 3, 139 to 144 of the series. So, this was quite interesting because this one basically was first announced like, oh, are they going to make 3 Jokers canon? Nope. Yeah, basically, like, it was hinted that they were going to make that canon, and then I think they just abandoned that plan. By the way, there is backup stories in this one, so let's get started. By the way, the arc here is done by Jorge Jimenez. Jorge Correa, Mike Hawthorne, Dust Dugan, Gustavo Kamikali, and Andrea Serino, which apparently credits artists and pencilers. The cover right here is done by Gustavo Kamikali, Stephen Nish is one of the inkers, and Tama Mori, who was one of the colorists. And this book is thick. Yes, so we basically have like a crime scene here. We have first two-parter is basically just mind bomb. Yes. Or basically, they do like some stuff with. Basically, it's all about this murder. This whole thing relates to this person. Apparently, this first couple issues feels like basically Zdarsky is following up on the Night series he worked on. That's kind of what these two issues are, and that the only reason why because basically I mentioned Dan Caprio, Mr. Karagi, and Avery. Rossi. Yeah, basically, and they also bring up Floyd Shannon. Apparently, he's one of Joker's old goons. So it's like Zdarsky is like following up first a little bit with the events of Batman and Night, which he made canon in this book because basically he wrote it. Even though the book received a bit of mild controversy due to, I think, like one of the guys trying to kiss Bruce Wayne and trying to out Bruce Wayne as gay. It didn't really go anywhere at all. And this involves the Joker, obviously. And then, of course, the Joker, of course, apparently, get this. This, for him, is just after they wrapped up the Joker, the Man Stopped Laughing series. That was by Matthew Rosenberg. This is, like, just after that. And, of course, he had all these things here. And, of course, then we have the whole Zeranar stuff here, which, of course, they continue that in this first couple issues. And this two-parter Mind Bomb. Yep. Obviously, this one, you look at this one here, that's obviously not the Frank Miller's Batman. And then, of course, the issue, that was basically issue 140. That leads into Return of Failsafe. Yep, first time we see him since the opening story of this run. And apparently he's kept in the cave. Get kind of it's 3-part actually, my mistake. So we kind of get basically stuff related to Failsafe here. And then Joker's capture, and then we lead into Joker Year 1, which takes us to the last 3 issues of this book. Now, the Joker, this is flashback in these issues. By the way, we have a little nod here to Killing Joke. Pretty much in a way, here's what happens. So, we have Joker basically trying to kill himself. Excuse me. So, we go on with that, and then we have this new commissioner. By the way, this is. Yeah, at this point in the flashback, this is basically not long after the events of Zero Year, where Gordon is being told by a new commissioner named McLean that you can't close this one yet. Why? Because, in fact, he dare mention Batman in his report. Yes, because he dare mention Batman, he has to rewrite the whole report. Despite the fact that, yeah, everything that was completely true. Yeah, and of course, this other guy here is like, new boss, same problem, ton. Maybe change your attitude. Maybe more like you, Manny. Popular where it doesn't make it into evidence. Then we get off. Nice car you got in the lot. I wager it's a year's salary for an honest cop. And starts a fight. Like, yeah. So, we still have corruption in the police department. Yeah, that is a plot thread. And then we have this weird sequence here. Joker, like, strung up like this. It's kind of weird. And we saw, like, a barroom fight. Basically, stuff like the Joker. Then we have the Black Mask Gang show up here. Oh, yeah, and you can tell if this is basically gnawing out the Zero Year because Batman's wearing his outfit from Zero Year. So, yeah. So, of course, Batman's dealing with the Joker very early on. I find it interesting, though, that Zdarsky is following up with something Scott Snyder did back in 2013. Yeah, does anyone find that interesting? I do. So, yeah, and of course, basically, we have a guy who's a cop. Basically, it's like basically, he's arrested. He keeps saying lawyer, and then basically is like, oh yeah, and then of course this guy arranges for his escape. So then he's killed. Gordon punches him. It's like, you set up so you can kill him. You Red Hood piece of crap. Are you a Red Hood piece of crap? Enough. Assassination against our only lead. You want to go after your own, Gordon, do you? And he gets punched. And he's suspended. Oh, don't worry. He gets basically fixed. He gets that taken care of. Of course, basically, Batman continues to work with Gordon. Then we have this weird sequence. Looks like you have Catwoman looking like the way she did back in the 60s show for some reason. Not sure why. Yes. We have more so with the Joker, and then of course basically Jim Gordon gets the whole. So yeah, we have a party going on, and of course Jim Gordon basically is like. Yeah, and then of course Gordon gets shot by a Red Hood. Which, like, wait, how the Red Hood's so active? Is the Red Hood one technically dead? And of course Gordon looks like he's and then McLean basically is like, sees a note like, Commissioner McLean, I know everything, Batman. And of course basically Red Hood's shooting some cops like, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. He knows. Batman knows. Yep. And then of course then we have McLean just shooting at Gordon because he's working with the Red Hoods. And we have basically more Joker Goon basically pop up here. And it's like they're going to kill Gordon. They took out the cameras. But then Gordon goes later on, nope, he turned back on. Like, you know who was the lead in the gang? The show's turned down. We're Watson back on in the morning. Turn it back on. What are you? The cameras. I turn it back on. Yep. And then they try to get away. And McLean basically and McLean and Gordon start a fist fight. Like, you think you're better than us? Clean and pristine. What do you think you're going? They were just what you wanted. The rest of them, like, have the policeman like kick your ass. Yep, and then Gordon basically beats the crap out of McLean and arrests him on the spot. Oh yeah, and the other guy who was basically on the take too. Yeah, he gets taken by Red Hood. Joker shows up and presumably like we have this weird sequence here. Oh yeah, and get this. McLean has been stripped from position as commissioner of the GCPD and he's been arrested and charged and convicted with 10 years of yeah, basically for corruption. And of course, the one guy's like, put the game on. Pay attention to the news you want to get in your life. Pay attention to customers, dude. Chill out, man. The game is starting at 15. Let the cops get off their own. Takes the heat off of us guys trying to get ahead. Yeah, right. Yep, and the book ends with the Joker showing up. And he locks the door and proceeds to presumably kill them all. Then we have a two-parter here, which just follows up right where Gotham War leaves off, where we have Vandal Savage. Yes, called the Savage Garden Gotham. And Vandal Savage going around. Yeah, and he basically is beating people up, and he's the new owner of Wayne Manor because he bought it during Gotham War. Yeah, and he, of course, meets people in Gotham City. Of course, he doesn't want to be the mayor. He wants the commissioner. So, of course, basically, it's viewed at the end of this particular two-parter that, oh, like, did you know the police commissioner is a appointed position? Yeah, he wants to be police commissioner. And then we have a standalone story. No, it's known as In This Together from issue 141, where it's basically Batman dealing with like other versions of himself, and it's most like a failsafe story. And then we have a bunch of variant covers, and that's it. This book is really, really good. I actually enjoyed this. I did enjoy one of the best things I thought about this book was the follow-up to Zero. I did not expect you probably think you're reading this like, oh, I didn't know we're going to do a follow-up to Zero Year, which I think these issues were released just this year, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, no, last year. So some of these just came out just like late last year. So by the time the flashback to Zero Year came out, it had been 10 years since Zero Year. And of course, DC has been praising that like crazy. It's not like some people don't like Zero Year. I'd give this book a 9 out of 10. I remember one YouTuber, he practically dropped Batman throughout the whole entirety of Zero Year because he didn't care for the concept. Because we already had something similar to Zero Year. It's called Batman Year One by Frank Miller. Yeah, that's why he dropped. That's why he said he briefly dropped the book until the whole thing was over. Once the book was over, he basically brought the thing back. I personally kept reading it because I enjoyed basically what Scott Snyder was doing. So next up, basically, we have is Joker the World. Like Batman the World, it's various stories for Joker across the whole planet. From these following countries. Here are Jeff Johns, those are the American story. David Rubin, Charson Sutter, Erica Bersotti, Frank Felipe Castillo, Avio Fong Forias, Stefan Garcia, Metzen Akir, Abba Gajon, Matas Timarchai, Dr. Jeb Goose, Tomasi Talzagic, I'm sorry pronouncing those names, Sosuchi Magoya, artists, Jason Spavak, David Rubin, who's also Edgar Rubin, Pablo Badori, Tana Ruka, Oscar Perito, Michael Sarnik, and Eminem R. Berg, Jaquan Park, German Perlita, Batron, I'm not going to pronounce that. It's Mbozo, it's Mbozo, apostrophe ZEH, Jake Mazaki, and Kazi Gatsu. I'll be right back. I like doing this, but I gotta go. No surprise Sorry about that. Where was I? Oh, yes. So. Alright, so basically talking about various stories in these following countries. U.S., Spain, Germany, Italy, Brazil, Mexico, Czech Republic, Turkey, South Korea, Argentina, Cameroon, Poland, and Japan. The Japan one is basically just... what it is basically from the Joker manga. Sorry about that. That's basically what it is for that one. The Jeff Johns one is interesting. It's basically him with the coat. It's just him basically talking to somebody who had to spray someone with acid, and it's a standard Joker story. And then we have Joker just going to like Madrid in the Spain issue. A lot of this stuff is basically like him in the Czech Republic, Italy. It's basically Joker like various different stories written by various different writers from across the world, but translate like all but the American one and basically the U.S. one obviously written in English, but everything is translated in English. But you have writers basically probably wrote in the original language, and they probably collected here. These are like very short stories, but they're really good. I give book roughly a 9 out of 10. Yep. So yeah, I guess the reason why DC did this because Batman the War was probably a good seller for them. So they're thinking, okay, why not the Joker? Okay, fine. Yep. So yeah, this particular view. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do this like button. Next up is Rum Half. Okay, next view. Bye.